Yo, what's up, guys? So, Portion with Jason episode 4 is going to be a pre-Mother's Day special. And of course, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt because it reminds me of the nice upcoming summer weather. And also, Hawaii is very famous for, you guessed it, fruits. In my younger years, I'll confess, I didn't eat that much fruit. I thought fruits were too hard to peel. I mostly ate a lot of meat, ate a lot of veggies, ate a lot of non-fruit stuff until I got some cysts on my hands, and even my ponyo partner said, "You gotta deal with the fruit problem, Jason." And my mom and dad said that as well. So in honor of Mother's Day, I will be a bit of a mama's boy, ma ball, and accept that I need to eat more fruit. So guys, why do I talk about fruits? One, because it is very important that when you're doing portioning with food, that you understand how fruits work. Fruits are one of the most easiest ways you can learn how to have this, doggone or knife skills. So without further ado, let me get my cutting board and let's chop some fruits, fruit ninja in real life. And for my mother Grace, I am truly amazed that the Lu family loves to eat fruits and that we love to really enjoy life. I don't know how Celtics doing versus Sixers today. I'll find out soon. But even if they're losing, I'm not gonna act like Flight reacts. I'm not a fruity dude over the Celtics and Sixers. I tell you now, guys, when I feel bad or depressed over Asian problems or whatever, spiritual warfare or long distance or whatever, this little dude makes me happy. I'm sorry if you're allergic to bananas and binging with Babish. But fruits are a very great way to keep your mood up and healthy and take care of your ohana or your family. So without further ado, enough talking, let's cut some fruits. So the first fruit I'm going to cut is the so-called banana. This is a relatively tropical way of eating banana, feet Hawaii. It's called an Asian banana split. I have my beautiful bowl. And to make the banana split, I'll first melt some Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Now, why did you choose Haagen-Dazs ice cream? Because bananas work really well with clean ice cream, dairy product flavors in general. And of course, it's ice cream, it's a good time to eat ice cream in general here in Florida. And even in Massachusetts, the weather's getting warmer, the allergy is dying down. Time for summer, bros. And also, thanks to Tommy Bahama for sponsoring the episode, hence my shirt. So while the ice cream is being melted properly, let me show you how I portion my bananas. So I have my banana, I peel from the end. I make Asian banana split. So essentially I'm trying to make is a chocolate puree with the banana split. And some coconut shavings as well. So I grab my keto nut granola. Pick out a few coconut shavings, nothing too crazy, just a few shavings. Just to make it a little more Hawaiian tropical flavor. Now, if you don't have actual keto granola, just shave some coconut on the bananas. Or if you're allergic to coconut, shave some ice sugar or something. So my Haagen-Dazs is fully melted and ready to go. I take out the stick. I enjoy the ice cream. And I basically start making my Asian banana split by making the chocolate part of my split. So I grab a spoon, I close the banana up, close the chocolate up a little bit, spin it around, make it nice and twirly. So what we're trying to really do is make a nice sorbet-like chocolate split, essentially. Now, if you recall from the previous Porking with Jason Eggs episode, I tried eggs and chocolate. It was slapped. It was amazing. So of course, to also enjoy, here's a little Bloody Mary up from Wednesday Addams. Fruits are awesome, yeah, I love to eat the fruit. Fruits are awesome, yeah, I love to eat the fruit. So yeah, hopefully that is a nice little endorsement of revival of my fruit. So there you go. The Asian banana split is created and all set to go. So dish number 2 is a bit of a kebab. So this is thanks to my Asian life group of First Orlando, partner's way of eating fruit in a hot summer day. And honestly, just a shout out to, API people in Hawaii eating fruits al fresco, outdoors and fresh. So we grab another plate. This time, hopefully a clean and non-dirty plate. Ordinarily, you want to use skewers, but chopsticks will be fine for this. And what you want to really do is skewer the fruit. So like a fruit kebab type of thing. So to make the recursive pattern for fruits, you put in some cantaloupe here. You poke a chopstick through a cantaloupe. You then, of course, chop up your amazing watermelon here as well. To chop the watermelon to kebab-sized pieces here, you poke the stick through the watermelon. Make sure the stick actually holds its structural integrity when you're doing this, making fruit kebab. You add in another cantaloupe, and then another beautiful piece of watermelon. Doesn't matter how big or small it is, just add in the pieces. Now, be careful using a knife when you're cutting fruits. You don't want to be calling medic like a master chef. You want to be careful, making sure the fruit doesn't fall over. Then add another piece of fruit. And finally, for finishing touch, I add in a grape. So I have from Costco an amazing, beautiful seedless table grape. So I added in a grape here for good measure. And ta-da, there it is, my fruit kebab. So I'm going to clean up my plate and present you with my very own fruit kebab. So there's my second dish of tonight's portioning with Jason, episode 4. The third dish is a bit of a meaty fructose equivalent of a carpaccio. Now, a carpaccio usually is with, sushi grade tuna or sushi food, or what my partner and Boston friends in our outings go to for, poke Boston, or now in Orlando, and some market sushi. We, however, are not eating fish tonight. That's a later later portioning episode. We're eating fruit carpaccio instead. And let me show you what I mean by that. We have a beautiful third plate. We got an amazing blood orange. So here's how you portion the blood orange. Be careful not to cut your hand. Okay? I don't want people harming themselves in any fashion during portioning with Jason. Safety is first. Beautiful blood oranges, and you do the following. Just slice at an angle to make small, thin, carpaccio-sized pieces. So these carpaccio-sized pieces will be the key to having a beautiful blood orange carpaccio. And now you want to make sure carpaccio works, you cut it in half again. Essentially remove the skin. So you cut around the skin. It doesn't have to be perfect. It takes a lot of practice and dao or knife skills to get to that stage. As you can see, I sort of screwed up the first cut. I made it a little too small. So we're only making like few pieces today for this episode. So nothing too crazy for the carpaccio. See, what you want to do is you want to cut around the perimeter of your orange slice so it doesn't fall apart when you cut around it. So just like coding is trial and error, even in cooking. That's a much better slice. So keep making your carpaccio here with various orange slices. Eventually making a bit of a carpaccio like tuna pattern. Now you don't want to make the carpaccio pieces too big. You also don't want to waste too much orange slices either. You want to keep it nice and generous for portioning. So I think maybe 5 pieces is enough for today's episode, just to get the point across. Yeah, there we go. So a few pieces to get the point across. And now you want to layer carpaccio like this. So you want to layer carpaccio, orange carpaccio with this. Then grab some chocolate bark thins and do a little bit of a grading. So you're going to grate it over my knife like this instead. So knife is going to just, it's an orange and chocolate classic. So basically making a nice little ring around the orange carpaccio here. Nothing too fancy. And honestly, I'm making like a half ring because I don't want to eat too much chocolate tonight. So there you have it. Blood orange carpaccio for dish number 3. You have 2 more dishes left in this episode. So blood orange carpaccio for dish number 3. So the final 2 dishes is going to be interesting. I continue using the orange, but here's where we get to the NutriBlend. So you can make amazing fruit sorbets using a smoothie. This is where I also avail the use of NutriBullet, my smoothie maker. So for the first time in portioning, I'll be revealing my smoothie maker as well. And boy, do I love eating smoothies. So I got my smoothie maker. I got my smoothie cup and my smoothie blender. First thing is first, I add in the ingredients I need. So I'm adding in the rest of my ice cream alien split thing carefully into the smoothie. Just to make sure it's a nice blend. Next, I add in a little bit, just a little bit of cantaloupe for the orangeness of the smoothie. So this is a real, I guess, all recipes type of deal. Then add in the zest of half a blood orange. So I basically cut the blood orange and put in the pieces that I need. So cut the blood orange in half and juice that bad boy in. So juice this thing in real good. Now this is a relatively small smoothie, so I'm adding just a little bit of milk to enhance the flavor. If you're lactose intolerant, you can also add in some plant-based product as well. adding just a little bit of milk to make the smoothie more appetizing. And finally, our titular ingredient for the smoothie. You can't really have a sorbet without sugar, so here you go. 2 teaspoons of small amount of sugar. And there you go, there's your fruit sorbet with blood orange infusion and cantaloupe. This is a really, really small smoothie, so I'm only gonna make it in a small cup. So prepare yourselves, there'll be a loud noise warning. I set my watch to prepare me against the loud noise warning here. So you're about to see this go up to like 80 when I use the smoothie. Be warned. And there you have it. It went to 95. My ears have been perforated by smoothie. They don't make smoothie too often if you're not familiar with it. And now my blood orange and cantaloupe smoothie, which you would never think is actually a fruit drink, is nearly all set to go. All I have to do is add another garnish from my blood orange. Good taste. And there you have it. My smoothie is complete. So that is my 4th dish. And my 5th and final dish is a shout out to Masterchef Canada's runner-up, Thea, for her watermelon mint amuse bouche. I'm making it more of a watermelon and chocolate amuse bouche. So I'm throwing away all this extra fruit I don't need to eat, and using the rest of my watermelon, or some of it, to make that amuse bouche. So I rinse out my smoothie cup because I'm using smoothie again for the amuse bouche. So amuse bouche is basically like a nice little, after meal dessert, like a nice little dessert. So just like you had a great time with your partner, the nice little kiss or meetup or IG post or whatever, which is unfortunately idolatry if you're not careful with it, is like the nice little finishing touch. So to make my version of the amuse bouche, I do the following. I add in a few slices of watermelon, of course, not too many because I don't want to overpower the single watermelon. Add a few slices of finely chopped watermelon here. Like maybe, I don't know, 5 slices, just to get some watermelon taste. Remember, these are not meant to be fulfilling meals. These are just like fruit hors d'oeuvres, basically. They're hors d'oeuvres, they're not really fulfilling meals. Add in the rest of my little chocolate mixture, just a tad bit, into my amuse bouche for some sweetness. Then to really pick it up a little bit with the flavor, I add in the sugar again. Not too much, this time just 2 tablespoons of pure sugar. And to really kick it up in lemon. A particular Chinese ingredient, zimahu or sesame cereal. I know this is not from Thea's original dish, but it's a nice little aftertaste add. So I'll add that after I blend in this amuse bouche. So first I wash my smoothie maker blade so that it's not too dirty, and I'll use the smoothie again. So I close out the smoothie maker, make another amuse bouche. And there you have it. The amuse bouche is ready to go. I bring a second cup to pour my Amuse Bouche in. And this is sort of Hawaiian as well because it's very frothy and good to the taste. It's also a great way to eat watermelon with some extra mint. And then, of course, to make this Amuse Bouche very delicious, I don't add in too much of the cereal, just add in enough to be dangerous. So I'm just gonna slowly peel the cereal thing, grab a few things, and just start sprinkling this goodness around the Amuse Bouche, like a little garnish. Just a little garnish, that's all, nothing too crazy. And there you have it, my version of Thea's Amuse Bouche. Unfortunately, my partner long distance does have diabetes or health issue with regards to sugar, so I can't exactly share the Amuse Bouche with her, which is not great, but it's very amazing for anybody else to enjoy. So let's go and have ourselves a Bloody Mary with a good time with some fruits. Assemble this Avengers Elite 5 fruit platter for you. Now there's some scragglers inside these platters, so there you have it, guys. The fruit Elite 5 right here. You got yourselves the Amuse Bouche, the chocolate and orange, the fruit kebab platter, Asian banana split, and blood orange carpaccio with chocolate. Now, of course, as customary for portioning, I'll be taking a semi-idolatry picture on this for Instagram. And I'll be moving the computer away so it doesn't cause a problem with my picture taking. There we have it. A beautiful IG-worthy photo of a Amuse Bouche. So, before I start tasting, let's talk about Algos in 10, season 4, episode 4, and the topic I want to talk about in the honor and dishonor of API month. Depression. Guys, the world is getting tough, and sometimes we need some fruits to help us pick us up, you know? It's a hard thing to talk about with my grandmother leaving USA, Nana Great War, with the Asian stuff that happened in Dallas, with all the talks about people returning back to mainland and all sorts of political things that honestly is not great. And Asian Identity, Asian Reddit, don't do it justice in terms of mentioning these problems in a mature way. So guys, if you need any help for anything, please call 998, the hotline. Don't wait. You save a life, you know. Things can really be very tough for people and could be a little too much. And even with this amazing fruit platter, I really want to represent hope for everybody. And that anybody should be okay with being themselves, no matter what. My mom always told me to always, you know, be yourself, and regardless what season of life you're in, continue enjoying what you have and be grateful what you have. And honestly, this house is a blessing of the Lord. To make this platter for you guys tonight without mom and dad interfering, I still love my parents, without too much commitment from partner or anything, and even just without any spiritual warfare due to allergy season or the COVID Asian stuff, is really a blessing. So without further ado, let me just play the music for tonight that we ought to have. I'll be sharing my screen. I guess I'll share the screen. And I'll be playing the old TikTok Jenna Ortega classic song. It's going to be related to two main concepts: Mother's Day, of course, with shout out to my mom, and also regards to the so-called Wednesday Addams thing. And it's really important that people, show a lot of grace in these moments. It's not easy for women being mothers. It's not easy for women to be in that position. So respect your mother, guys. Like, even if you had, difficulties and stuff with your mothers before and whatever, you gotta respect your mothers because they made you who you are as people. If you don't respect your mothers, who can you respect? So here's a part I want to talk about regards to the Bloody Mary thing. So listen carefully, guys. It's very important because Mary Magdalene was truly the most revered of the biblical figures as a mother. You can see that was a beautiful interlude of that music. So, without further ado, let me share and critique the fruits from rating from 1 to 5. We'll begin with the Thea Amuse Bouche. Pretty good. Give it a 3, a little bit sweet. Fruit kebab, let's see how it tastes. Not bad. Give it 4. A little bit dry. Orange and chocolate shake. So far, it's worthy of dun 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 5. 5 for this. Amazing. Let me grab a spoon for the banana split and carpaccio. So the Asian banana split, which I'll taste right now. All right. Give it a 4 as well. And finally, last but not least, blood orange and chocolate bar carpaccio. Decent stuff. 5 as well. These two, equally yoked. Orange and chocolate, you win. So let's wrap up the episode with another Bloody Mary. Yeah, guys, check out the Bloody Mary Wednesday Addams Mother's Day episode for Agos and 10 season 4 episode 4. Like and subscribe, and please, guys, help is always there for those who need it. Thank you. Bye.